Here in Florida, the state cabinet embraced that idea by voting today to require all state agencies to use the E-Verify system. What they found may prove that these may be going out of style under some of the most crucial time and pressure constraints because their job is dependent on saving lives. It's one thing to suspect your spouse of cheating, but it's another to see proof on Facebook. But administrators are worried that come August, they could be filled past capacity. Someone reportedly knocked on the door, they exchanged a few words, and then he was shot in the chest and died right here. But because of rules regarding investigations, they can't tell us much more than that.
It is a very rewarding job and a very rewarding career.
Tom Linus finds himself in the zone when he repairs instruments at his business, Great Southern Music, in Gainesville.
Then getting into the rhythm, into the flow of the repair, knowing what you got to do and knowing how long it's going to take you. It's roughly going to take me about an hour. And then you just sort of get into the flow of it.
Linus's trance is soothing to him, which could explain why his job is the #1 least stressful career in the country. According to this year's list compiled by CareerCast.com, Linus is lucky to be so stress-free because not everyone has the same good fortune. Psychotherapist Linda Lewis tells us how some stress can start and turn into unmanageable amounts.
Some people, what we call somaticized stress, where they may not necessarily intellectually think about feeling stressed, but they'll have symptoms such as headaches or muscle aches.
These conditions may be associated with firefighters, the #1 stressed out career this year. They are put under some of the most crucial time and pressure constraints because their job is dependent on saving lives.
Well, not everybody's called upon to jump out of bed in the middle of the night and 5 minutes later be in a literal life or death situation.
CareerCast does list them as having one of the lowest unemployment rates, though. And not only do the government workers have a low chance of being fired, many would never leave their position anyway, despite how stressful their job becomes. These firefighters at Fire Rescue Station 1 on Main Street do have ways they deal with the pressure of saving lives.
We do diffuse a lot of stress, tension, whatever, just by talking amongst ourselves.
There are therapeutic ways to help them deal with the stress, though, like massages or this biofeedback machine I'm connected to, which can help people relax after a stressful day. But sometimes,
what tack we got, Pat?
Stress is what gets us going in the morning. Dr. Lewis says youth stress is the good kind of stress that keeps us going every day.
The chemical reaction in the body is at first the same. What you do with it is what's different.
The music repairman owns his own business in which he not only repairs instruments, but manages everything from bills to a front desk assistant who seems to have the least stressful job out of anyone. Regardless, Linus loves his job. He puts his heart and soul into every instrument, and you can literally see the passion in his own work. Linus worked his way up to managing his own business, but the stress of being an entrepreneur, which isn't even on this year's list, may convince him to perhaps alter his lifestyle sometime in the future.
Eventually, I want to get to the point where I can have somebody else in here doing the work.
Kari Beckerman, WUFT News.
It's hard to get it.
If new students don't register in advance, everyone could suffer the consequences when classes start. That's because class size limits will be enforced for the first time with state fines. At this elementary school, desks sit in piles because they don't know how many classrooms or teachers they'll need until everyone around is registered.
It's important. We're encouraging everybody on the marquee outside, too, to come on in and register. It helps us build a class list and make, even those out the way they should be.
The halls here at Hidden Oaks Elementary School may be empty now, but administrators are worried that come August they could be filled past capacity, causing administrative and budget issues for the county. The class size amendment passed 8 years ago is just reaching the point of tough enforcement. No averaging and no excuses, but severe financial penalties for stepping over the line.
We can no longer meet that requirement by being at the school-wide average. Every single one of those core academic classes has to be at or below the limit, or we face a very significant financial fine.
And what is that financial fine?
$3,000 for every student you are over in every single classroom. That is a significant amount of money.
Money to pay fines would have to come out of the school board's already tight budget. meaning less to go around when these halls are filled with children. Kari Beckerman, WUFT News. Herlane Taylor is finally home.
Extraordinarily happy. I am.
In 2008, she was diagnosed with kidney failure and has been living with her daughter ever since, as she was in and out of dialysis. She still goes 3 times a week, but is doing much better.
Yes, I'm doing wonderful. I don't have my port up here anymore. It's out, and now they're using my arm. I have a graft, and it's working wonderful.
Despite her sickness this holiday season, Herlane has something even brighter to look forward to. It's been almost 2 years since Miss Taylor has come home to her house on Southwest 3rd Street in Ocala. She's coming home to receive weatherization improvements to help improve the energy efficiency of her home. Marion County has been helping her out, and she's very appreciative.
Oh, I just been thanking them all day. Every time I see one of them, I told I'm very, very glad that y'all came by to help.
Ocala Utility Services employees are helping her stay warm for this winter season. They're making her home more energy efficient to help reduce her utility bills that were previously unpaid.
It goes from this to this.
Matt Brower, Assistant City Manager for Utility Services, says he's just happy he can be here to help.
Again, just to reiterate how honored and proud we are to be able to provide service to Mrs. Taylor at this holiday time and to provide her some basic weatherization and energy efficiency services and enhancements.
The employees will replace old light bulbs with more efficient ones, replace broken windows, add insulation, fix pipes, and many more things to help out Herlane.
I mean, there are some good people left in the world.
Next on the list, Herlane hopes to be put on the kidney transplant list soon. Her doctor says things are looking good.
That's good. Then these boys showed up. That's extra good. That made me feel a lot better too. What they doing? It makes me feel wonderful. I can be home, you hear me? Like Dorothy say, there's no place like home. I'm for real.
Kari Beckerman, WUFT News.